What up everybody, Rarity here, and today in this Valheim guide series we're going to tackle the mountain biome. Yes, I've got all the information you need to prepare for this biome and go in and tackle it head on. So let's jump right in. Preparing for the mountain biome is a short but very important list. First of all, you need frost resistance meats. These are very useful because they remove the freezing effect that you gain just from entering the mountain biome. This effect will reduce your stamina regen, completely get rid of your health regen, and slowly tick your health down step by step. The frost resistance meat can make you immune to this effect for 10 minutes. However, the effect can also be removed by the wolf fur cape or the wolf chest armor, so I'd recommend crafting these as soon as possible. The freezing effect will still apply if you are wet, unless you stack both an armor piece and a frost resistance meat. Additionally, there are two more items you will need to take with you into the mountain biome, and one more that I strongly recommend. You will need the wishbone and an iron pickaxe. The wishbone will help you find the silver veins that are hidden underground, and the iron pickaxe is needed in order to mine from both silver veins and obsidian deposits. Lastly, I recommend you bring along your Meganjord belt. This is something that you buy from the vendor and increases your carrying capacity to 450 units, up from 300. This is super important in helping you transition to that silver tier gear. Silver weighs 14 units each, very heavy, and you will need this extra carrying capacity. There are 4 new monsters for you to challenge your combat skills against. These are wolves, drakes, stone golems, and fenring. Wolves are very fast and dangerous. They can be found solo or in packs up to 4. They will only spawn in their elite 1 or 2 star variants during the night time. Stay on high alert while you're in the biome so that you can engage the fight first with these wolves. Hitting them with an arrow to bring down their health before melee combat will be super helpful. Their attacks are super fast, so after blocking, you will only have the time for 1 swing. Another cool thing is that you can tame wolves, and then they will fight alongside you in combat. All you have to do is lure them into an enclosure and feed them raw meat to tame them. Once they're tamed, they will patrol your base and fight off enemies that come near, feeding on their own and breeding very quickly. This can be super helpful for farming those wolf pelts that you will need for your silver armor. The flying creatures you find in the mountain biome are drakes. These frosty creatures will shoot you with 3 icy bolts before retreating to fly a circle and come back to shoot you again. I'd recommend you bring along a bow and some fire arrows in order to do some sweet tick damage to them while they're flying away. You will have to kill quite a few of these in order to get the silver helm, because you need 2 drake trophies which only have a 5% drop rate. So pack your bags, you're going to need to kill a lot of them. Stone golems will lie dormant until you come near. Then these unseeming rock formations will take life and chase you down. They are very slow, and I would also recommend that you pretty much ignore them. They only drop crystals, and this currently has no feature in the game. But if you do want to take one on, they are vulnerable to pickaxes. Fenring are werewolf-like creatures and are pretty rare because they only spawn at night when there is a moon present. I had combat with one of these, it was pretty fun, but you don't have to go out searching for these because they don't have any unique craftable items. There are 3 new resources you can find while exploring in the mountain biome. These are obsidian, dragon eggs, and silver ore, as well as the monster-specific items of wolf fangs, wolf pelts, freeze glands, crystals, and the trophies for each of the monsters. Obsidian will be found above ground and will require an iron pickaxe to mine. This is used in creating new types of elemental arrows, as well as an upgrade for the forge. Dragon eggs are used for summoning the boss in this biome. They're heavy, weighing in at 200 units. They are the heaviest item in the game, and they can't be teleported just like ore. So I'd recommend waiting until you go to fight the boss and find him on the mountain that the boss is located at. Silver veins are found beneath the ground within the mountain biome. Sometimes you'll get lucky and a corner will be picking out through the snow, but most of the time you will need to use the wishbone item that drops from the bone mass boss in the swamp biome. This item works sort of like a metal detector and will ping more quickly the closer you are to a silver vein. Once you have found your silver vein, you can swap that wishbone back over to your Meganjord belt, as they both require your accessory slot. Then you can start the task of carrying as much ore back to your base as possible in order to smelt and start crafting that new tier of gear and weapons. The Forsaken boss fight of the mountain biome is with a large black scaled dragon with white hair. Her name is Motor. Her spawn location can be found using rune stones that you find in mountain forts. Preparing for this fight, I recommend that you take at least one frost-resistant armor piece, as well as the best HP food that you have, some stamina regen potions, and a couple frost meads. The boss is resistant to frost and spirit damage, so unfortunately the Frostner and Silver Sword won't be that great of help here, but the Fang Spear as well as a bow with poison or fire arrows will be very effective against her, and I recommend that you take this fight on from afar. When you are ready to take on this boss, bring 3 dragon eggs to her summoning location and place them each in their respective slot, and then interact with the sacrificial altar in order to summon her. Motor is one of the hardest bosses to summon because of the weight of these dragon eggs. I'd recommend waiting to gather these eggs until you are ready to fight her and find them on the mountain that she will be located at. The mountain should be large enough that there should be a spawn point or 2, and they respawn after 10 minutes. So just give it a little bit of time and you should be able to take on this boss. Motor has the ability to fly, but she will also choose to land and engage you in melee combat. She has 3 different attacks, the first of which is an aerial attack where she shoots a barrage of icy projectiles at you that stick to the ground and create little ice crystals. These will later explode, so make sure you stay clear of them. While grounded, she has 2 different attacks. One is a swipe with her claws, and the other she will let forth a blizzard-like breath. Make sure you dodge both of her cold attacks, or they will apply a freezing effect to you, dramatically reducing your movement speed and leaving you vulnerable to additional attacks. Currently, Motor does not move very much while she is grounded, and she seems to have a little bit of a hard time traversing difficult terrain. You can use this to your advantage and unleash a barrage of arrows at her, or activate a Bone Mass Forsaken Power to reduce the damage you take and go in and take her head on. Once you've defeated this boss, there are 2 different loot items that will drop. One is 10 dragon tears, and these can be used to craft artisan tables, which in turn will allow you to craft spinning wheels, windmills, and blast furnaces. These items are needed to refine resources that you gain from the plains biome that you will adventure into next. Her other loot item is, of course, the Motor Trophy. This can be taken to the spawn point in the center of the map and hung on its respective hook to activate and gain a new Forsaken Power. This Forsaken Power allows you to have a tailwind while sailing for 5 minutes, so that you can always traverse as fast as possible on the sea. Personally, this has been the biome I have had the most fun with. However, it doesn't seem to be as fleshed out as some of the other biomes and leaves a little bit to be desired. I am not sure if this is just because I moved beyond the freezing effect as quickly as I did with a wolf cape, or because of how well done the swamp was and the comparison between the 2. But this can be fixed with a future update. There are items like crystals dropped from the stone golems that currently don't have any use in the game and can be used to craft really cool unique items in the future. Also, the Fenring enemy does not drop any unique craftables, so they could expand there and add additional new items as well. I personally think it would be cool if they added in a new tier of gear here using wolf pelts, and it would be something that ranged builders could build upon, moving on from troll armor to something that provides more armor and isn't reducing in speed like the silver armor currently is. However, the mountain biome does have its shining moments. Combat with aerial units is a fun change of pace, and stone golems do feel truly menacing. I have run from my fair share of a pack of wolves, and if I would have known that you could tame wolves, I would have done so in a heartbeat way earlier in the game. My critiques here aren't saying that the mountain biome is bad, but that there are features that I would like to see and changes in the future to make it even better. Something on par with the swamp or the Black Forest, as those are both great biomes. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys are most excited for the mountain biome, and leave the video a like to help other people find this guide. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all things Valheim as well as many other games, and I will see you guys in the next guide. Rody out.